Nicholas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Have a seat. Mohit, you are from Kangra.
Yes, sir.
Why do you like this Karan Aujla only? There are other singers also like Amrinder Gill or means even now this man Diljit Dosanjh.
Yes, sir. I also listened to him, but recently from the past few days I have been listening to Karan Aujla in the gym. So I remember that.
Only one.
Mostly, sir.
Then what about, you have seen this series Bandish Bandits
No, sir.
on this thing, that is about music only. You must see it.
So I haven't seen. I didn't.
That is very beautifully means picturized and so of course it's about classical music, but then there is a conflict between your kind of music, what you hear, listen, and then classical music, and how it should be carried forward, whether it should be mixed or not, kind of things have been discussed there. But I think will be of your interest, right? So okay, thank you, right? Thank you so much.
Well, Mr. Mohit, you have been to Delhi University. What is the difference between Himachal Pradesh University and Delhi University in its basic thing? What are the basic things which makes them difference? And what would you like to change in Himachal University that it makes to as good as Delhi University?
So first of all, as I mentioned that there was a better infrastructure. When I talked about
You mean building?
or labs or equipments which we provide to them. So second one is the diversity which I got in the Delhi University. It developed a thinking of critical thinking, or say tolerance, due to different sets of people who come from different parts of the country. So you get to know about the viewpoints of each other and you accept those and you learn how to deal with others. Second is this one. Third one is the role models which Delhi University or each college have. They are inspiration for all students.
Okay.
That means teachers are at par both in Himachal University and Delhi University?
Yes, sir. There is a difference.
There is a difference.
Teachers also.
So what change you want in your teachers in Himachal University to make at par with the Delhi University?
So I think the constant upskilling of teachers as per the demand of the time, whether it's in technology or it's in dealing with the students, it should be there in our state also. The teacher should be sent to different parts of the country to learn the experience.
Okay.
Since your Himachal government is not working properly.
Every government is working at their far best, but there are always
Scope for the
scope for the betterment.
You are working as a DFO now.
Yes, sir.
What is, in general parlance, what is the DFO stands for?
Sir, DFO stands for Deputy Field Officer.
Not for your perspective, your job only. Whenever you go to any public and ask what is DFO, what he will say? What is DFO?
Deputy Forest Officer, I think.
Improve yourself. What exact does DFO means?
District Forest.
No, then go further and try other things. It is Divisional Forest Officer. And what is the role of this Divisional Forest Officer? Because in general parlance, DFO means Divisional Forest Officer throughout India. Yours is a specific job. What is meant for this Divisional Forest Officer? What they do?
Sir, Divisional Forest Officer, he is in charge of the forest area of that division and he checks the wildlife of that region, whether it's flora, fauna or animal life. So he checks for any illegal activities which take place in that area and keep tab on them.
Okay.
So you means the forest and wildlife are same or different?
So a forest consists of wildlife. Means wildlife can be flora, fauna, plants or animals, but forest consists of a geographical area which consists of these things, I think.
Okay.
So how do you feel that Himachal is having better forest than rest of India, or still we need more forest in Himachal?
Sir, I think if we talk about the percentage of the forest area to the total geographical area, there are various states like Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Chhattisgarh, which are better from Himachal Pradesh. So I think we can increase our forest area. And there is also need to protect wildlife.
There also need to. Any specific national park you like in Himachal? National Park of Himachal?
So,
Any specific?
I haven't gone to anyone, but I have heard about Great Himalayan National Park.
Great Himalayan.
Why it is called Great Himalayan and not Himalayan National Park only? Why it is great? What is so great about it?
So I think it is the largest national park in Himachal Pradesh.
Okay.
With area of more than 1,000 square meters.
Square meter?
Kilometers, sorry.
Square kilometer. What is the total area of Himachal Pradesh?
Area.
How much square
Meter or square kilometer it is there. Is it bigger than Punjab, Haryana or smaller than Punjab, Haryana? It is smaller. You have to update yourself because it is bigger than both Haryana as well as Punjab in area. Then tell me that last October and November during Diwali season, Delhi was having very high pollution levels, even sometime now also. And farmers are being blamed for this high pollution level, that they are burning the paddy in Haryana, Punjab and UP and Rajasthan, everywhere. What is your take on this pollution level, whether it is farmers or other factors also, or how much percentage are responsible? Who is responsible for
So I
this?
think the stubble burning issue is a major issue in the pollution, but it is not a major contributor as compared to other contributors. There is transport, there is industry which contributes. As per the data, the issue of stubble burning, which is only a temporary issue for 2 months or 3 months, it is up to max 30 or 35%. That is the peak which it has been. But the transport and the industry, it is a constant throughout the year issue which causes the real problem. The stubble burning is an issue, but it can be managed and it is not as much as contributor for the whole year.
You are a student of MSc Physics.
Yes.
Can you tell me, if a farmer is burning, even if it is a 5% issue, is burning some stubble in Amritsar, how does the air of Delhi is affected by that?
burning?
So actually the whole north subcontinent, ranging from the eastern UP to the East Pakistan, it is a plain area and it is of a same air shed. So the whole air consists of same constituents. And in the winter season there is a high pressure area in whole region, so these particulate matters or these gases, they stay over the same region for a longer period of time.
That means that means the farmers of Amritsar should feel more suffocated than Delhi.
But sir, there are western disturbances in the winter season, so they take the effluents from western Punjab to the east.
Another question farmers are asking, that we are nearer to Lahore.
Yes.
So our air, polluted air, should go to Lahore instead of Delhi. Why this polluted air is going to Delhi only?
So as I already said that there are western disturbances, that is the mass of air which travels from western Asia towards the east, so it takes the effluents from that to eastern parts.
To eastern parts.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose you are given some assignment in employment department of your state. So how will you try to solve the unemployment problem in Himachal?
Yes. So first of all, I think there should be more educational institutes, so that at least the youth gets an opportunity. Second one
That
is,
means now we are not having 100% literate, we are not there.
so there is opportunity, but most of the youth after their 10th or 11th standard, they are either preparing for armed forces or they are doing nothing. They are just wasting their time. I have seen it in my village.
Okay.
So first of all, it should be there. Second one is, we have ITIs. So many of the youths are getting their vocational education from there, but they are not getting employment after that. So they can be given a more exposure in ITIs, and they can also be given incentives like credit for installing their local enterprises or local business or something like that.
It is already being given in Mudra loans.
Yes, that is being given, but it can be implemented on a wider scale with more efficiency.
What wider scale means? Already means government is implementing it at a very large
Full vigor.
scale.
It is being, they are being implemented by full vigor.
Yeah, but why people are not taking advantage then? Are they not aware?
People are aware but not at grassroots level. They are not aware of these schemes.
You will be making more and more camps like that. But what effective steps will you take? How to popularize these things, whatever you want to say?
They can be made aware at the panchayat level. The youth can be taught in the ITIs that these are the various incentives which you can avail or various opportunities which you can take, so that you can take such jobs in the future or you can do these things. They can be made more aware.
Present government is not doing like on these things, whatever you are saying.
As I already said, the government is doing, but there is always chance for improvement.
You have been a member of Bharat Scouts and Guides. There is another thing, Hindustan Guides and Scouts. What is the difference between the two?
I am not aware of Hindustan Scouts and Guides.
And why Hindustan Guides and Scouts have been formed? If then there is already one Scouts and Guide is there, why another reason? You have to read this also. You have also mentioned that you have been a player of handball, selected for under 19 handball nationals. There is general perception in India that cricket has overruled all other games in India. Why cricket is popular and not any other sport in India? What are the factors and what will you try to change them?
So the cricket, it has been a focus of, let's say, government from last 30, 40 or 50 years. It has been popularized. Government or public, or means there have been role models which people follow. Like Kapil Dev. So as the youth grows up, he sees those personalities and he wants to become like them. So there are only few personalities in other sports from which the youth can take aspiration or gain the motivation to excel in those sports. And also the cricket is basic sport, I think, which is available in every school or every college. The games like handball, these are only available in few schools or colleges. So
Cricket is more expensive than handball. You need just one handball. Goal posts are there. Cricket you need bat, you ball, pads and so many helmet and so many things. That is more expensive and they need more better ground. Handball is even rough ground can be there.
So, but cricket is famous in gully format.
Why? That's all. That is my question. Why it is famous? And what change you want to change? That all the games are equally important as good as cricket. What changes you would like to do?
So I think various other sports should be inculcated in the curriculum, in the school level.
Cricket is never introduced anywhere. No school has cricket in its curriculum.
Not in curriculum, but in extracurricular activities. The cricket is one of the few games which is easily available, or the equipments or infrastructure is being provided by the schools. Yes, sir.
Okay, you are
Update yourself also on this. You might be hearing then Delhi election is coming up. Delhi assembly election is there. And Revdi politics is being discussed. What is this Revdi politics?
So Revdi politics, as sir discussed about the freebies which are being provided only as a political gimmick, so that the people vote for the same political party.
How much should be Revdi politics and how much freebies should be given, how much should not be given? What should be the maximum level in your budget or economy that not more than this free should not be given to anybody? What should be the percentage of every budget and expenditure?
I think this giving free money to the people, it should not come at the level that it makes a fiscal burden on the government or the upcoming government, whichever comes.
But it's already making a huge burden.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The government, especially this thing, deficit management.
Yes. But every government is doing the same. I think it depends on state.
Should it be discontinued?
No, sir, it shouldn't be discontinued at complete level. It should be there, but it should be at a very freebie politics should be discontinued, but the money which given to the disadvantaged people, it should stay for some amount.
No.
Nobody should get anything without doing any job, without doing any work.
But sir, through the the Amritya Sen's capability approach, which says that the people should be made capable to participate in the economics.
But this is not making them capable. No? They are becoming little less. It's not making them. They are happy. They are getting some money and.
For really marginalized people, it can help to.
No, if you have followed what happened in Maharashtra, the women, they have stopped working, or they have stopped working for 2 or 3 days in a week, or they have raised their wages also in some cases. So they say now we are not supposed to work because we are getting 2,000, 2,100, or they are going to raise. So we are getting this kind of money. This is okay. We are happy with that.
Examples of this, but I think if there is a low percentage that it can make a difference, that it can be taken as a.
But do you think it's indirectly bribing the voters?
As a political gimmick, it is, but it should not be a sole reason to discontinue every type of free money which is
Then
given.
why women should be preferred? Why not men?
So our society
Why they should not be given?
Our society is a patriarchal nature, so women are the last who get the share of the money. So to make them financially autonomous or independent, so they should be preferred.
But make them able to earn.
Yes, sir, I agree with that also. There is a Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, he said that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you
Exactly.
feed him a lifetime. But that is also approach, but first of all we have to make them capable. Then we can do that.
Even a pure communist or socialist state, even they cannot afford
Yeah.
this kind of doles. Giving people means sitting home some money and you eat. Then what will happen to your economy?
So, as I already said, only the Antodyas which are really marginalized, they should be given a basic minimum money which make them capable. Not
For
more.
them, there is a MNREGA is there. They should work and earn their wages. Even they are working.
Yes, sir.
They are given means on demand. They are being given employment.
Yes, sir. But to make them capable of participating in that scheme, to say let's participate in the Manarega, one should be a healthy person. So to make him capable of participating in that scheme, I think it should be at a very small scale. It can be given as a free.
You have also mentioned
In your DEF that your father is in army as a Havaldar. Can you give me the ranks from the lowest to the highest in the army?
So in officer ranks.
No, from the lowest to the highest.
So there is Sipai,
Sipai,
then there is Naik, there is Lance Naik,
nice night,
then Naik,
yeah,
then Havaldar,
Havaldar.
then Subedar.
Huh?
Havaldar के बाद से Subedar, then Naik Subedar,
Nice
Subedar,
Subedar.
then Subedar Major, then honorary captain अगर retired officer, and there is lieutenant, then there is captain, major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, brigadier, major general, lieutenant general, general, and then president.
Field Marshal
Field Marshal.
So field marshal
is there.
if there,
If there.
if it is there. Right now field marshal, no one is field marshal. I think.
No one. And chief of 3 staff. What is
Sir,
it?
it's not in hierarchy of all 3 forces.
Okay.
You mentioned just before, sir, that you are going to implement self-help group also, something like that you told me. What is the best example of self-help group in India? Which self-help group is the best productive, best economically viable and best profitable in India? Any example you know?
Lijjat Papad.
Lijjat Papad, very good, good. Another question, sir, asked about GST. There are 2 departments which are governing GST. Can you name 2 departments? There are 2 departments which are governing GST. Can you name them?
So Ministry of Finance, I think. One should.
Ministry of Finance,
I am
and
not
then
aware of 2.
One is Government of India Department of GST, one is State Government Department of GST. Why there are 2 departments of GST? For the same act and same work. There should be one department only.
Sir,
What is your take on
In
this?
GST there are 2 parts. One is CGST and one is IGST.
what is IGST?
Yes, Integrated Goods and Services Tax, and there is central government. Both are distributed by different ways. CGST is given to the states as per the recommendation of Finance Commission, and IGST is given to the states as per the recommendation of the GST Council meeting. Yes, sir. So both are decided from different.
But collection is done at single source. Whatever collection from any trader or any manufacturer, that goes directly in the kitty of the government of India.
Yes, sir.
Then why the state government, state GST department is there when they are not having any collection? They are not doing anything.
Yes, sir. So the money which the state government is getting from the recommendation of Finance Commission, it has to be distributed.
That is done by Department of Finance, not by GST department. You have to read it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
What are your recommendation? Sir has already asked about Manipur, that government of India has failed in Manipur. What do you say?
So the government has tried its best to contain the violence, but the region is such ethnically divided that it is not easy to make peace. So there are some shortcomings which need to be taken so that the peace is maintained in that state.
So, Mr. Mohit, your education from Delhi University, which college?
So graduation from Ramjas College and post-graduation from Hindu College.
Your optional subject in HAS?
Physics.
Physics. Playing outdoor games? Which games you are playing?
It's mainly cricket and sometimes badminton also.
Himachal is not doing well in games like Haryana. What are the reasons?
So in Himachal, there
Maybe Olympic Games, maybe Asian Games.
So first of all, Himachal lacks a culture of playing sports. Haryana has a well-developed culture of playing sports. So the youth or the say children, they are inculcated in the sports from the very young age. They have many akhadas or many facilities and infrastructure which is there in Himachal, and parents also motivate them because they have role models. They surely have local role models from their own town also. But Himachal lacks all these three things.
So how it can be improved?
So as I already said that first of all the game should be promoted at the school level. Second is providing infrastructure at a community level. Let's say providing more grounds in the town or in the panchayat so that the youth can play or they get inspiration to play.
You are talking about schools.
Yes.
In Himachal, some schools were merged. Why? Recently, some schools were merged with other schools.
Yes, sir.
What are the major problems of Kangra District?
So first of all, sir, as it lacks industrial developments, there are not many big industries which can provide opportunities to youth in the country.
Which are industrial blocks of Kangra District?
So there are few industries in the Nurpur Tehsil. There are few in the Jawali also, as there is a fishing industry in Pong Dam. Fishing sector, so these are all which I...
In Himachal, all the major industries are on border areas. Why?
So I think it is due to two reasons. First of all is the geographical restraint which the upper Himachal districts have, and second one is connectivity with the major cities or towns to the nearby states.
So how this penetration can be done in the interior areas?
So I think first of all the infrastructure like roads, they should be developed, and they are being developed at this point of time. So for connectivity is a must. We should promote industry as well as investment from the outside areas. So they will invest in the Himachal Pradesh.
Being a hilly terrain, hilly area, how the roads can be improved?
So roads can be widened as per the recommendation of Environment Impact Assessment Committees. It should be done scientifically so that it do not create any burden on the hill states, and the development is sustainable for the longer term.
How the economy of Himachal can be improved?
The agriculture sector, it can be mechanized.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The farmer can be provided with smaller automatic inputs, let's say tractors or small tractors which can be applied to the small fields. So agriculture sector can be improved. The service sector and the hospitality sector can also be improved with major focus on the tourism sector. There are many untapped potential tourism destinations which can be explored in the Himachal Pradesh, which can contribute to the tourism sector.
So how tourism sector can be improved?
So first of all, providing basic facilities to the tourists, which is a must, so that the tourists come back to Himachal Pradesh. Second one is connectivity. The railway line, I think it can be expanded in the Himachal Pradesh. The already existing one from Pathankot to Jogindarnagar, it is not functional at that level which it used to be once. So it can be a route for the tourists, especially the spiritual tourism, so that they can visit the various shrines in Himachal Pradesh.
What is the role of religious tourism?
So religious tourism, it provides peace to the people. For the devotees, they find it peaceful and soothing to their mind to come to religious places, and they feel connected to whatever the God they believe in.
Which are main places of tourism in Kangra district?
So Vijayeshwari Devi Temple, Jwalamukhi Temple, then there is Naina Devi Temple, there is also Chintapuri Temple on the border of Kangra.
There is one bulb.
4 बजे तक आ जाओ.
Where is it?
Drugs Park. So, I don't know.
Read it. Have you idea of Shiva project?
Yes, sir. I read
In which field?
HP Shiva project is for development of horticulture
Yes.
in the
How many districts are there?
So I am not sure, but 4 or 5 districts like Kangra, Bilaspur, Lower Himachal.
7 districts are there. Have any idea for trekking routes of Kangra district?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Sir, one is Himani Chamunda, one is Triund, one is Kareri Lake, one is Indrashila Pass.
Why these trekking routes are important? The significance of these trekking routes.
So first of all, it is a source of tourism. Second one is it is a route for the, let's say, shepherds. They go to their, there are some passes which connect Chamba and Kangra. So earlier they were routes of the shepherds and tribe Gaddi which used to pass by these passes.
Which is tourism capital.
अंदर आके बैठ जाओ, मैंने उनको भेजा और ले आएंगे अंदर.
It is Kangra district.
So Kangra is declared as the tourist destination last year.
Why? What are the projects who have been initiated by the government in Kangra district? No idea.
So there are some attempts for adventure tourism. The bead wheeling site, it has been focused. The Pong Dam is being promoted as a destination for water sports, and there is also some model eco villages which are being.
Why Baglamukhi is famous?
So in Kangra there is Kangra tea, Kangra painting. In Chamba there is Chamba Rumal. In Kullu there is Kullu shawl. There is also Kinnauri shawl, and there is also chunni oil in Silvori district. And there are other also totally 12 oil.
There is one project in Kangra district.
Baglamukhi temple is
There.
there.
Anything else?
No, sir, I'm not.
Have you heard about the zoo
Zoo?
in Jwalamukhi? Baglamukhi.
No, sir, not in Baglamukhi. I know one in the Gopalpur and the one which is being planned in the Bankhandi.
What is GI tagging?
So GI tag is geographical indication tag, which is given to a product which is specific to that region. It is given under the TRIPS agreement of WTO, and in India it is being implemented by the GI tag Act 1998.
Name some products of Himachals.
So in Kangra there is Kangra tea, Kangra painting. In Chamba there is Chamba Rumal. In Kullu there is Kullu shawl. There is also Kinnauri shawl, and there is also a chunni oil in Silvori district. And there are other also totally 12 oil.
There is one project in Kangra district. Financing. What is it?
The irrigation project, which was, I think, which was taken many years back by the government, but it has not been developed after that.
Is it large, medium or small?
So I am not.
Medium. Achha, why Shannon was in news? Shannon project.
It is a hydropower project, but I am not sure why it was in news.
It is very important. It was in news. How horticulture can be improved in Himachal?
Horticulture can be improved by providing it downward linkages, like the horticulture products of Himachal Pradesh. They are perishable. So if food industry is developed, food processing industry is developed in the Himachal Pradesh, then it can, firstly it can add value, then it can provide more money to the farmers, so they can invest more in the horticulture. And also the equipments can be provided to farmers to reduce the wastage.
There is a problem of drugs menace in Himachal. How it can be controlled?
There are two sources for the drug menace in Himachal Pradesh. First one is the indigenous production of cannabis which is being done in the state. And the second one is the drugs which is coming from the border of Punjab. So
Which drug is coming out of Himachal? Mainly.
Coming out of Himachal?
Yeah.
I am aware of the ganja or charas which is coming out of Himachal.
And Chitta.
So Chitta is coming from Punjab to Himachal Pradesh. So they both need to be counted in their different ways. The strict regulation on the border areas and the strict management between various agencies which are controlling the drugs, like BSF on the border, then NCB, and then there is state police and there is Punjab state police. They all need to coordinate so that the influx of this drug menace can be controlled. But at the same time, the indigenous production which takes place in the Himachal, that also need to be counted.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mohit. You have studied physics for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
3 years in an honors and then 2 years for a master's. How this knowledge, whatever you have gained in these 5 years, you are going to use that in that institution?
So I think there are various branches in physics which can be used to implement various government schemes. Like there is astrophysics, so the satellites, they can be used to provide connectivity to the various rural villages. Then there is quantum physics, which can be used to provide the safety and security from the cyber frauds to the people of Himachal Pradesh. Like we have some departments like Geo, Aryabhatta Center, so it can be used to fight the misinformation or disinformation in the state also.
Okay, anything else?
Electronics, which I read in the state, it can also be used to provide the services.
Okay, and you belong to district Kangra.
Yes.
There are talks going on regarding, dividing the Kangra district into 2 or 3 more districts. So if we have to divide, let us suppose in 2 districts, how can we divide and why?
So I think
Area-wise.
this area-wise, so Kangra can be divided into more than one part, because there are different needs of different areas. The areas of Nurpur, Indora, these all are plain areas, so they have their different set of challenges and needs which can be tackled. And the hilly areas like Dharamshala, McLeodganj, Palipur, Baidyanath, they have their own set of problems which can be challenged from their point of view. So it can be.
You feel that geographically we can divide this into 2?
Geographically we can.
Okay, fine. Today also we are seeing that the electric vehicles we are talking about, to use electric vehicles more and more. What are the long-term disadvantages of using electric vehicles as a main source for traditional vehicles?
Present the electric vehicles, they are being developed by the technology which itself is using fossil fuels. Like if we are preparing solar modules, then most of the solar modules, they are being prepared from the technology of the fossil fuels. So first of all, we need to make sure that the technology which is being used to make the green technology should be green. So if it is not tackled at this point of time, then it can create problems.
Okay. Any other disadvantage?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. And how we can improve the revenue of Himachal?
First of all, the tourism sector, it can be promoted, and because the Himachal has a lot of potential which it can do.
But there we have seen disadvantages as well.
Yes, sir, there are disadvantages, but it should be based on the scientific knowledge and the studies, like using the satellites to plan cities, so that the solutions are sustainable and do not create impact. negative impacts on the.
Have you gone to Rohtang tunnel or in this way, Bilaspur, maybe?
No sir, I have not been.
We are not been there. Okay. Why so? It's very famous and everyone has just
So I have been to Manikaran twice from my childhood.
But
after
recently-
going to Delhi, I did not go.
Okay, there is a bill has been passed for one nation, one election.
Yes sir.
So what is your take on that? Is it a right decision or?
The one nation, one election, it has many advantages as it was recommended by the committee headed by the former President Shri Ramnath Kovind ji. It has various positive aspects which can be looked after. It can help in security issues, it can save the fiscal burden, it can also save the policy paralysis which occurs due to model code of conduct at frequent times. But there are also some challenges which need to be tackled. Like there can be an issue of states that they can say that it is against federalism because the tenure of the state assembly will be altered.
Is there any case that the regional parties will not get benefit and the national parties will get the benefit?
It will also be a case that the national politics it is taking hold of the election with itself, and there are issues which regional parties have which do not get special attention. Yes, sir, there are certain challenges.
In one of your answers, you told that you have gone to Delhi for further studies, and you told that your friends didn't get that much exposure which you got in Delhi University. We have to make the bridge. We have to bridge the gap between the two, Delhi University or Himachal University, whatever. So, what are the steps we should take to bridge that gap?
So first, there should be a continuous interaction of students as well as teachers. There should be frequent visits from Delhi to Himachal and Himachal to Delhi, so that the students as well as teachers they get to know about each other's.
Is Delhi the only road universities?
No sir, there are various universities like Chandigarh. There are many colleges. There is Punjab University which is doing great. So I think the bridges should be there so that they learn from each other. Even Delhi University need to form bridges with those institutes like IITs or ISC Bangalore, which provide better facilities or which provide better experience, so that Delhi University to learn from them.
This is the only way we can do that, to interact the students and teachers between the universities.
That is one of the levels. Second one is the qualification or the experience of the teachers, which should be maintained at each level, whether it's Delhi or in
Qualification and every rules are same all the universities.
As per UGC, they have to be same.
Rules are there, I think.
So in Delhi University, if a college conducts interviews, then I think the teachers which come there to give interviews, they are at, I think, very much experience as compared to those who come to the Dharmshala or say Shimla. They have a wider experience in their subjects, or I think they are well.
But I think same candidate can apply in Delhi and same candidate can apply in Dharmshala. Where is the?
They can apply, but I think the difference between the city.
Taking there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mohit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.